YouTube, what's good, Shifty Gang, bro? What does it do, Shifty Gang, man? We have just been dropped a major update on 2K25, man. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, we got some gems in there, but we also got some questionable things in there, man. I definitely think we gotta discuss this, man. But if y'all haven't, man, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, y'all hit the like, y'all become Noti Gang, you know what I'm saying? Shifty Gang, you already know we growing fast, man. Make sure y'all follow my socials, my Instagram, my TikTok, YouTube, my Twitch, all that xxpoohshiftyy, man. So I ain't gonna keep y'all, bro. I'm gonna just go right into this video and I'm gonna tell y'all my opinions on what we really need and stuff like that. Because we got a lot to show y'all today, so let's get right into it.
People, now y'all don't want me to stall. All right, anyway. And after this, make sure you stick around because we're going to take you through the dev blog as well for even more detail. But let's go ahead and finally show that courtside report. I know y'all want to see the book. This show the
Welcome back to our next NBA 2K25 courtside report. Today I'm joined by Zach Timmerman, principal producer on NBA 2K25, as well as Mark Little, Mycareer developer. Zach, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Now there is so much to talk about for NBA 2K25. This is where fans can live out their hoop dreams and build their legacy like never before. Before we get into Mycareer, let's talk about the Myplayer builder.
When you're building your Myplayer, you're not just building a legacy this year, you're also building a dynasty for your team. And we understand this is a very integral moment, a very important decision. And so we put a lot of time into ensuring that the various paths that we have in the builder are gonna allow all walks of our gamers to be able to make the player that they wanna make. To create your own, it's the builder where you just have so many options, changing your position, changing your size. You can articulate through every single one of your attributes and get to right where you want to go with your builder, all while you can see the various perks that your player is eventually going to be equipped with. Ultimately, it's the builder where somebody who wants to mess around with the thousands of possibilities can eventually make the build that they want to. We also have our pro build making veterans that have been playing the game for a long time. They're probably going to want to jump in there as well. There's also another group that wants to jump in there to try to make a unique build that nobody else in the world has made.
This sounds really intriguing. One thing I loved about last year was community members submitting their builds and you guys implementing them into the game. Are those returning this year?
The community builds feature that we had last year, it was really exciting. It was really nice to grab the best build makers that we have out there, be able to have them put their build in the game. Ultimately, people, when they would grab these builds, they felt like they could instantly compete and play with the best gamers out there. They'll be available season 2. We'll be dropping new ones each season with the intention of giving you access to the latest and greatest play styles that are out there.
A lot of new features coming with this new builder system, Zach. What else can you share about creating your Myplayer in 2K25?
In each of these builder paths, there's access to more information than we've ever given you before. You'll see which badges you qualify for. You'll see which takeovers you qualify for in our new takeover system. And you'll also be able to see which animations your player will qualify for. Ultimately, it's going to give you a really good feel for whether or not the player is going to move and react the way that you want to through the animation system.
I love all that, but I especially love the new takeover system.
Takeover is back in a new way this year. We have 70 takeovers and 14 special abilities. In the builder, you can see which takeovers you qualify for. Once you get into Mycareer, you can swap your takeovers in and out. They all have attribute requirements that determine whether or not you're able to equip these takeovers. Once you get into the game, you're gonna see your takeover meter. There's 5 levels to your takeover, and it's kind of like 5 levels of hotness. Once you hit level 5, the special ability turns on, and that allows you to kind of dominate the game for a short period of time.
Okay, 70 takeovers. What are some of your favorites?
I think the one that I've been gravitating towards the most is barbecue chicken. If you're a hoop head, you know what that name means. It means you're about to put somebody in the post and turn them into a rag doll. It boosts throughout the levels of takeover. It boosts your post control, your shot close, and your strength. And then when the special ability turns on, it turns on deep post bag, which essentially allows you to completely dominate the post, again, for a short period of time, in shots, back downs, every post move you can think of. So it's a lot of fun for somebody who likes to play in the post.
What can you tell us about badges in 2K25?
This year we have 40 badges. They're a lot more all-encompassing than they have been in the past. Each one of them has a larger impact. And so we're really happy with the badge allotment that we have right now. We feel like we've hit every part of basketball that's important. And ultimately, we're accentuating everybody's play style for these badges.
One other thing I want to talk about is badge progression.
Badge progression is basically how often are you using your badge. The more often you use the badge, the faster it's going to progress. Ultimately, though, if you don't use your badge this year, you won't regress, which I'm sure our fans are pretty happy about.
So it sounds like badges are completely reworked this year in 2K25.
Yeah, so this year we introduced a new level of badge called Legend. It's a level above Hall of Fame. It's pretty difficult to get. You have to raise your attributes pretty high, but ultimately, it really allows you to dominate in that area of the game.
Zach, I'm excited. Can't wait to get my hands on the builder. Thanks for all the new details. And for all of you, stay connected to the NBA 2K25 Courtside Report, where you can learn all about the new MyPlayer builder. Now we know about all the new exciting features in the MyPlayer.
As you know, guys, Shifty Gang, man, as you know, there's a lot of info to unpack there, you know what I'm saying? Let's start off with last 2K. Last 2K, when you make your MyPlayer, you couldn't see what animations you would get until it was too late. This year, I will say that's a big plus that they gave us. We could see which animations in the MyPlayer tester that they were saying, what animations we could get. And I love that. Like, that's something special. You know what I'm saying? That is something special, man. And that's what we needed. That's what 2K, that's a step forward. Because, it's been multiple times where I made a MyPlayer and I'll be so mad when I'm like, damn, like, I didn't know I need this much for this animation, so I had to start memorizing it and everything. So that takes the trouble out of that. Another one is the new Hall of Fame badge now, which is interesting because, as we know, last 2K they made it to where if you specialized in one thing, like you had 99 threes, you really couldn't really do nothing else. And to get pro badges was insane. Now it's the new Hall of Fame Legend badge. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. I love that because I was talking to my friend and we was both talking about how 2K got to differentiate my players, man. And I say that because it wasn't a lot of names last year and everybody build relatively looked similar at like pretty much the dominant of the game. So now this one makes it look different. Like me personally, my main build is usually a 99 steel kind of player. I've been using that for like the last 4 2Ks because as a guard, I like being able to move side to side on defense, and I'm tired of people just trying to dribble in front of me. And last 2K, even with 99 steals, you wasn't really getting steals. They wasn't putting an emphasis on the 99 part. I think this year they actually did that, and I'm really excited for that because we needed a way to differentiate what was different about that MyPlayer. So look like we're trending upward, and that's all I can really say about it. I'm really interested to see what's more about this 70 takeovers. Like that seems like a lot. I'm interested to see. He said like his favorite one is barbecue chicken. I like how they added the community lingo to it a little bit, barbecue chicken type stuff. So I really want to see how that play out. It looked like it's trending upward. You ask me, like definitely something to look out for. So far they're off to the right path. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the movement is a bit better too. So that's something. This is something to keep up for. Like definitely something to look up for. A lot of new badges. They said it definitely looks like it's better. And a big one that they said is basically you could get yours, like you can upgrade your MyPlayer through not season pass, through Mycareer. You just don't have to play like online and stuff like that, which is super dope. So that's something to really look out for, man, for sure. Like that's something to look out for. So let's look into the next part of this video, you know what I'm saying? So we'll get more stuff to digest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see a lot of W's in the chat. Everyone's super excited. My court is officially back. Super happy about that one. I see you guys are happy too. I remember the first time I found out it was back. I was the same as y'all, man. The entire video we just seen, Courtside Report, man, was amazing. A lot of information there. And that's why I feel like you really got to pay attention to what's going on in the words that's being said and not just look at graphics and look at, other things like that. You really got to listen or read up on the Courtside Report to get all of the information you guys are looking for. But I'm super excited about my court.
There is actually an entire sections, I should say, of stuff in our blog that wasn't in the video that we're about to go through now with you. But yeah, we've got an awesome builder in 2K25. There's great improvements in there that address your community feedback, a new takeover system, and the Mycareer improvements that you all saw, like high school and FIBA. So There's plenty more information, but before we get into it, remember again, this Myplayer and Mycareer courtside report is about NBA 2K25 on New Gen, which is for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Can we bring up the webpage now, producers? Great. So this courtside report is going to be on the NBA 2K website in just a second, both the blog and the video you just watched. So if you don't get enough right now by watching us go through it and you want to read it again to make sure you get all the details, you can jump in yourself and we will put the link in the chat at the end of the show. So Stacks, you want to go through this with me? What do you want to know first?
Yes, sir. Look, man, I think first and foremost, let's just take it all in. Everything we just heard, and by the way, we're going to be going over in detail with a lot more things that wasn't fully discussed in the courtside report. So you're going to get a little bit more detail. So make sure you guys stick around for that. But just like me, just like you, just like everyone that plays our game, when they hop into Mycareer, the first thing they see is the builder. Let's start with the builder. Let's get some information on that.
That is a good place to start. I know many of you are celebrating my court and all that. We will get there soon. But so our dev team, really pays attention to the builder every year, right? It's the most important step for the very first thing you do before you start your career. So they spend a lot of time ensuring that you have all the tools necessary to build just the right player for you with more customization and over 100 new possible archetypes. So you can create your own build, make it from scratch, do something unique, or starting with season 2, I'm very happy that community build templates is back. We first added these last year with awesome templates from build makers like Solo and Shakedown, who some of you saw actually made the list of top used templates in NBA 2K24 that was shared a few weeks ago. But once you're in the builder, as Zach said, you have access to more information than ever before. You can preview your badges, your takeovers in the new takeover system, and signature animations. And one cool area that got an upgrade this year is the build tester. So once you have a build you like, most of you go into build tester to try it out. This year, you'll see an equip screen where you can see all the signature animations your build has the potential to unlock, as well as customizing jump shots and dunk packages for you to test in the tester. Like last year, the tester has 3v3 or 5v5 games, but there's also a new freestyle practice option to experiment without teammates or opponents getting in your way. And you can do all of this within the builder before you even step foot in the city to make sure you can have a full preview of what your build is going to be like.
Hey.
Whoa. So with them dropping a banger early, man, my court is back. Wow, I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely excited for my court, man. That's something that they needed to been at back. That's crazy. I like that because, if you remember the last my court, you could get your own log and stuff like your own type of court, customize it, and even play your friends one-on-one. Because as we know, last 2K2, it was glitchy when you go to Gatorade to play your man's one-on-one, your friends one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? So that's a W. Another one I like, as I said before, the animations being tested, but a big one that I really, really like is the freestyle. The freestyle building tester, meaning when you go to the builder, the tester, you can literally determine, like, you could freelance, do whatever you want. The only thing I wish they would have added is the one-on-one. If they would have added the 1v1, you could play like a bot or an AI, like, you know what I'm saying, to one-on-one in that would have been a W right there, man. Or even, I don't know, maybe they allowed us to choose the opponent you want to play. So that's a W. I like that already. But I feel like it could be better. I feel like that can be better. So, this so far is trending upward. This could have been better a little bit. But I don't know if you guys also noticed, rebounding is its own category. So just keep that in mind from what I'm looking at. That's a good one right there. I'm telling you, that's a good one.
And we got a little sneak peek of the badges, Evan. But Zach explained it. I mean, we want a full list. So can we get a full list? So let's see what the badges are.
Yeah, we can show a full list. But before we do that, I just want to emphasize a point Zach said. This year, your Myplayer's badges are progressed by activating each badge in games, which kind of matches your playstyle on the court, right? But the change is badge progress can only increase and does not decrease, even if you don't use a badge. I just want to make sure everybody heard that part. Your badge progress can only increase and does not drop, even if you don't use it. So with that said, let's show all 40 badges now on the screen. There are a lot here. I'm not expecting you to read all 40 right now. And don't worry, it is in the blog. So after the show, go to the Courtside Report blog and you can see all 40 badges here, or you can screenshot it now and read it later on your phone. But Zach and our dev team ensured every area of basketball was complemented with useful badges in this new system of 40, so that every play style has different ways to stand out. There's fewer badges that activate in only very specific situations. So, for example, this year, Shifty Shooter that you see there covers all off the dribble shooting, and then Set Shot Specialist covers all standing shooting. So it's a much more simple system this year that I think many people will appreciate.
Can't lie, that's a lot of badges. I see a lot of badges that aren't here, which is kind of worrisome, but I'm pretty sure they just worded different. Like, I don't see Shot Creator, but I believe it's Shifty Shooter. I don't see Clamps, but I believe that's on-ball minutes, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pay attention to that. But one thing I must say about that I do like, well, I'm not a fan of, this is just me, I could be wrong, I could be just by myself with this one. Badge regression isn't in the game. I don't know how I feel about that, but I could like it. So that's something to worry about, but I do like is a 40 new badges, well, 40 badges, different. They look different. A lot of them look the same, so that's something to, you know, keep track of for sure. That's something to keep track of.
And to keep things balanced though, the badge elevators earned in the first 4 seasons can boost your badges up to 2 levels, and then the ones you earn in seasons 5 to 8 can boost your badges up to 3 levels.
I'm liking what I'm seeing, Evan. I'm liking what I'm hearing. You can boost those badges up. Super excited about that, man. But what's this about cap breakers, Evan? When I hear the word cap breaker, Evan, it makes me feel like I really need to be in my bag and really need to pay attention to what's going on inside that building. Are we breaking caps? Is that what's happening?
Well, we did save the best for last, in my opinion. We saw community feedback that you all wanted a way to not only increase your attribute ratings above their caps that you set when you make your build, which was previously possible, but you wanted that to also use those increased ratings and contribute towards your animation, badge, and takeover attribute requirements. And that is exactly what cap breakers do. So let's say, for example, your ball handle attribute is maxed out at an 85. You can apply 2 cap breakers to play with an 87 ball handle, and then that 87 also unlocks any access to animations, badges, or takeovers that requires an 87 ball handle rating. But before you get worried, there are a few restrictions to ensure this stays balanced. So I'm going to pull the blog up again. This is in the blog. These are the restrictions for cap breakers. Each attribute can only be increased a maximum of +5 above its cap. So you can't use this as kind of like a cheat code to get from a really low rating to a really high one. You can use a cap breaker on an attribute up to its max potential rating allowed by your build's height, weight, and wingspan, which is shown in the Myplayer builder while allocating your potential. So this is what it's talking about, is when you're deciding where to put your attributes to add up to 99 when you're first making your build. As many of you know, there's a cap based on your Myplayer's body dimensions. So the maximum your cap breaker can take you is the maximum there. And lastly, you must progress an attribute to its max potential rating before applying a cap breaker. There are a total of 15 cap breakers that you can earn, and these are all earned through rep rewards, which we will talk about more in a few weeks. But for now, only cap breakers. But I think that's big news for many of you. I've seen so much feedback about this the past year, so I'm glad that our dev team was able to make it happen for you all, to have cap breakers that affect your animation and signature animation requirements.
I can't lie, that's a gem. I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't know how to feel about that. Meaning, because that's kind of cheesy in a way. I don't know. Like, because what's to say if I've never done this, but what if somebody was to get 99 dunking and use a cap breaker? They can't go up no more. Which is, I mean, I personally wouldn't do it, but that's just something to just keep note of. But also, that means season pass is gonna have. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how to feel, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's a big play, because a lot could determine that. But that means a lot of, like, pretty much everybody's gonna have the same animations and stuff like that. So I'm a little concerned about that. I can't even cap. So that's something I'm gonna be worrisome about, because I feel like, I don't know, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I really don't know how to feel about that. Like, I really don't. That, I feel like it's so much into that, man, because we play the game to play, but, you know, obviously have fun and whatnot. But what strikes me is, like, everybody's gonna have the same animations and stuff like that once you reach the cap breakers. And I know you gotta meet the weight requirements, but we're gonna find the threshold for everything and how, you know what I'm saying. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. So that's something there. But I do like the badges and the badge system, but I'm not a fan. It's a lot to incorporate. So I ain't gonna lie. We got a lot. We went through a lot today. I know this video is getting kind of long, so I'm not gonna hold y'all no more. But we definitely got a lot to unhold. We got a lot more to, you know, go through. But the rest is pretty much about my career. I really don't play my career like that. I'm usually straight to the park. So definitely something to keep track of. I ain't, you know. So I hope y'all like this video. If y'all haven't, I hope this video was informational for y'all, you know what I'm saying, that y'all can get with it. So I appreciate it if y'all like, subscribe, follow the socials, man, you know what I'm saying. There's a lot. Hopefully we got more details releasing on 2K25 coming soon. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be releasing those shortly, man. We out of here. I appreciate that, y'all.